Have you ever received a gift that seemed perfect at first, only to have everything around you suddenly feel off? Your money starts slipping away, work becomes a struggle, relationships feel distant, and you're left wondering what went wrong. You might chalk it up to bad luck, but according to Feng Shui and Buddhist teachings, not all gifts carry good energy. In fact, some, even when given with the best intentions, can bring unintended negative influences into your life. Have you ever thought that an old mirror could still hold on to the negative memories of its past owner, or that a simple sharp object could unknowingly disrupt an important relationship? These things may seem trivial, but their impact on your life could be more profound than you realize, and most people are completely unaware of this hidden danger. Today we'll uncover 7 gifts you should never accept, as they could affect your wealth, health, and even your destiny. The last item on this list is surprisingly common. You might have already received it without realizing the potential harm it carries. So, what are these gifts? Why do they bring misfortune? And if you've already accepted one, is there a way to reverse its effects? Stick with me until the end to learn how to protect yourself from these subtle but powerful risks. Before we dive in, leave a positive comment to invite more good fortune into your life, like "I welcome blessings and prosperity every day," and make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on more valuable insights. Let's explore the 7 intriguing items I'm about to share with you. Number 7. An empty wallet or handbag. When you receive a wallet or handbag as a gift, it often sparks feelings of joy, as many believe it's a token of luck and financial prosperity. In fact, in numerous cultures, these items symbolize blessings for wealth and abundance. However, there's an important detail most people overlook. When a wallet is given empty, its meaning takes an unexpected turn. In Eastern philosophies like Buddhism, a wallet represents much more than a simple container for money. It is a symbol of wealth and prosperity. But when a wallet is gifted empty, it doesn't bring fortune. It can actually have the opposite effect. Spiritually, an empty wallet is seen as a sign of scarcity, creating a void that blocks the flow of abundance. This can lead the recipient to feel a sense of financial lack, as though the energy of wealth cannot reach them. The teachings of Feng Shui and Buddhism emphasize that everything around us carries energy, whether positive or negative. While we can't see it, this energy shapes our lives in subtle ways. When you receive an empty wallet, you might unknowingly absorb negative energy, sending a message that your financial situation will always fall short. This not only diminishes the value of the gift, but also nurtures a mindset of scarcity, making it harder to attract prosperity in the future. In reality, gifting an empty wallet sends an unintended message of perpetual financial struggle. Even without any ill intent, the recipient may internalize the idea that they will never have enough. This can affect their subconscious, leading them to feel insecure about their finances or miss out on financial opportunities. That's why, in many traditions, before giving a wallet or handbag, people place a coin or a small sum of money inside. This is not just a charming custom, it has profound energetic significance. By adding money, you infuse the wallet with the energy of financial luck and prosperity. A wallet with money doesn't just make the gift more thoughtful, it opens the door to positive energy, helping the recipient feel empowered about their financial future. If you've ever received an empty wallet, don't worry, there's an easy fix. Simply add a coin or a small bill to shift the energy. Even a single coin can transform the wallet's aura, shifting your mindset from lack to abundance. For an extra boost, you can add a gold coin or a red note, as these are thought to attract greater wealth. So, next time you give someone a wallet or handbag, remember to include a little money inside. It's a small gesture that holds great significance, not only for how the recipient feels about the gift, but also in how financial energy flows in their life. And if you happen to be carrying an empty wallet, make a change today, because prosperity often begins with the simplest shifts in life. Number 6. An old mirror. A mirror, beyond being a common household item, is considered an invisible channel that can absorb and retain the energy surrounding it. Unlike ordinary objects, a mirror does not just reflect what we see with our eyes. It can also capture emotions, energies, and the moods of those who have interacted with it. If a mirror has been around for a long time, especially in a space filled with emotional turmoil or instability, it may carry invisible imprints that we cannot immediately recognize, but will undoubtedly feel over time. These energies are not always easy to detect. You may experience unexplained anxiety, prolonged uneasiness, or even a sense of tension when standing in front of a particular mirror. These negative feelings do not simply disappear just because you are unaware of them. In Feng Shui, it is believed that every object in a home influences the energy of the living space, which in turn affects the owner's luck and prosperity. A mirror that holds negative energy can make you feel mentally drained, reduce your confidence, and even create invisible obstacles in your career, relationships, or financial matters. This becomes even more significant when a mirror has been used in a space that has witnessed arguments, conflicts, or sorrow. Every negative event, every dispute or disharmony can leave imprints on the objects within that environment, especially mirrors. According to beliefs in various spiritual traditions, mirrors can absorb these energies and continue to reflect them back to those who use them. If the mirror previously belonged to someone who has passed away or was in a place associated with unexplained spiritual occurrences, it may carry traces of the unseen world, potentially opening doors to unwanted energies. To prevent these effects, purifying an old mirror before using it is a crucial step. A simple yet effective method is to cleanse the mirror by burning incense made of agar wood or sandalwood, both known for their ability to dispel negative energy and bring spiritual clarity to a space. You can also use sage, a herb with a strong reputation for removing unwanted energy. For a deeper purification, placing the mirror under direct sunlight for a few hours is another option. The sun's yang energy will cleanse the mirror and eliminate any lingering negative influences. Another effective technique is to wash the mirror with salt water. Salt water, known for its purifying and cleansing properties, helps release any residual negative energy trapped in the mirror. This will not only bring you a sense of peace when using the mirror, but also protect your spirit from unwanted energies. If you ever feel uneasy when looking into an old mirror, or if you simply do not feel comfortable using it, the best option is to decline or remove the mirror from your home if possible. Replace it with a new mirror that brings fresh and positive energy into your living space. Remember, not just mirrors but all objects in your home have the potential to affect your mental state and overall fortune. Therefore, being selective and mindful of what you bring into your living environment is an essential step in maintaining harmony and well-being in life. Number 5. Sharp objects, knives, scissors, and razor blades. While essential tools in daily life, sharp objects carry deeper symbolic meanings and hidden spiritual impacts that many people are unaware of. Although they are practical and useful, when given as gifts, they may bring unintended consequences. In many cultures and spiritual traditions, sharp objects are not just tools but also symbols of separation and discord. When you receive a gift in the form of a knife, a pair of scissors, or a razor blade, it may affect your relationships in ways you never expected. According to traditional beliefs, sharp objects as gifts can convey an unpleasant message, a disruption in relationships. The act of giving a sharp object is not just about offering a useful tool. It also carries the implication that the bond between the giver and the recipient may be severed. This separation does not necessarily happen immediately, but can manifest as misunderstandings that accumulate over time, growing tensions, and ultimately causing fractures in relationships. From a Buddhist perspective, human relationships are not just physical connections, but also an interplay of energy within the universe's natural flow. Each relationship forms an invisible network that links individuals together, fostering a circulation of positive energy. The presence of a sharp object can cut through this flow, disrupting the harmony between people. This disruption can impact not only personal relationships, but also other aspects of life, leading to emotional distance, a lack of understanding, and diminished empathy between individuals. This effect is not always immediately noticeable, but many people have reported experiencing conflicts, disputes, or emotional discord after receiving a sharp object as a gift. These issues may arise from seemingly minor situations in daily life, but if left unaddressed, they can accumulate and lead to more serious challenges. Even if the giver has no bad intentions, a sharp object inadvertently carries an energy that may create tension and difficulties in relationships. A common practice in Feng Shui and other spiritual traditions to neutralize the negative effects of receiving a sharp gift is to pay the giver with a small coin. This act symbolically turns the gift into a purchase rather than an unsolicited present, thereby removing any potential bad luck and restoring balance in the relationship. Giving back a coin also represents maintaining harmony and preventing the unintended consequences that sharp objects might bring. However, the impact of sharp objects extends beyond relationships. They can also influence financial stability and mental well-being. Sharp objects may create invisible barriers that make it harder to maintain stability in life, work, and finances. Their energy can lead to feelings of unease, tension, and disruptions in the natural flow of personal growth and prosperity. Therefore, while being mindful of relationships, you should also consider the broader impact of sharp objects in creating a balanced, stable, and thriving living environment. So, when giving or receiving sharp objects, do not just view them as simple tools. Understand that they carry deeper symbolic meanings. Even if the giver's intentions are good, it is important to be cautious and take steps to neutralize the energy associated with these items to safeguard your finances, mental state, and relationships. Be proactive in transforming your environment into a positive and harmonious space where success and prosperity can naturally flourish. Number 4. Broken or damaged items. A gift is a meaningful gesture, carrying the giver's sentiments and well-wishes. However, when that gift is broken, chipped, or no longer intact, its meaning becomes incomplete. In Feng Shui and Buddhist teachings, damaged objects are not just items that have lost their practical value. They also carry the energy of decay, stagnation, and misfortune. Think about it. If someone gives you a cracked mirror, a chipped cup, or a broken decorative item, how would you feel? That gift would not bring you joy, but rather a sense of unease and incompleteness. In Feng Shui, every object in your home carries a certain energy flow. When an item is damaged, its energy flow becomes blocked or fragmented, and by keeping such objects, you may inadvertently invite negative energy into your life. Moreover, broken items can affect your mental well-being. A living space filled with damaged objects can make you feel stressed, disorganized, and out of control. You may not consciously notice it, but being surrounded by broken things can subtly drain your energy, making you feel sluggish and uncomfortable. On the other hand, when your surroundings are tidy and intact, you naturally feel more at ease, and your mental state becomes much more positive. Damaged objects do not only impact emotions, they can also affect your career and relationships. In Feng Shui, a chipped or broken item is no longer in a state of balance and stability. Keeping such objects in your home can create stagnation, blocking the flow of positive energy in your life. Many people have shared that after decluttering and removing broken items from their homes, their work became smoother, their financial situation stabilized, and their relationships became more harmonious. If you receive a broken gift, the best course of action is to check whether it can be repaired. If it is fixable, restoring it can help retain its positive energy. However, if it cannot be repaired, it is best to let it go. Do not hold on to broken objects out of sentimentality, as they may unintentionally bring misfortune into your life. Number 3. Religious or spiritual objects. When someone gifts you a religious or spiritual item, such as a Buddha statue, prayer beads, an amulet, or other sacred symbols, you might initially think of it as a meaningful and sincere gift that brings peace and good fortune. However, in Feng Shui and spiritual traditions, receiving such items is not always a good idea. These objects carry powerful energies, and if not handled properly, they can disrupt the balance in your life. In Buddhism and many other belief systems, spiritual objects are not merely decorative items. They serve as tools that connect people to higher energies, helping them achieve peace and spiritual enlightenment. However, when you receive a spiritual item, you are not just accepting a physical object, you are also taking in the neni, beliefs and emotions of the person who gave it to you. This can lead to a mismatch in energy, or even cause unexplained shifts in your mental and emotional state. One crucial factor that many overlook is that spiritual objects often retain the energy of their previous owner. If an item has been used during difficult times, in stressful situations, or in rituals of struggle, traces of that negative energy may still linger. For example, an old set of prayer beads or a previously owned Buddha statue may carry the emotions and energy of someone who experienced suffering. When you accept these objects, you may unknowingly absorb their residual energy. Many people have reported feeling heavy, confused, or even experiencing bad dreams after receiving such items. While not all spiritual gifts bring negative energy, they must be cleansed before use to ensure they do not affect you in unpredictable ways. Additionally, if the gift is associated with a belief system different from your own, it may create spiritual confusion or disrupt your personal energy. Every belief system carries its own frequency, and receiving an item that does not align with your energy may leave you feeling unsettled. So, how can you protect yourself from the potential negative effects of spiritual gifts? The answer is to cleanse them before use. There are several effective ways to purify such objects, and you can choose a method that aligns with your belief system. One option is smudging the object with incense made from sandalwood, agarwood, or sage, which helps remove lingering negative energy and reset its vibration. Another method is placing the item under sunlight for a few hours, allowing the sun's yang energy to cleanse and refresh it. If the material permits, washing it with diluted salt water can also purify and release any negative energy. Additionally, performing a spiritual cleansing ritual according to your faith, whether through chanting, praying, or placing the item in a sacred space, can further ensure that it carries only positive energy before you use it. If you initially feel uneasy about a spiritual gift or have a bad instinct about it, do not hesitate to politely decline it. If you have already received it and feel uncomfortable, be sure to perform a thorough cleansing before incorporating it into your space. Avoid keeping spiritual items if you are unsure of their origin, meaning, or energy. Sometimes what seems like a gift of peace and protection may unintentionally introduce spiritual disturbances and affect your fortune. Number 2. A watch. A watch is one of the most common gifts, often given on special occasions such as birthdays, anniversaries, or to celebrate professional achievements. With its elegant appearance and practical function, a watch is generally considered a sophisticated gift, symbolizing appreciation and recognition. However, few people realize that in Feng Shui and spiritual beliefs, a watch does not always bring good fortune. Beyond simply measuring time, a watch carries profound messages about impermanence, the passage of time, and the invisible constraints that we may not fully comprehend. In Buddhism, time is seen as a manifestation of impermanence, a core concept in Buddhist teachings. Everything changes, nothing is eternal. All phenomena and material things go through the cycle of birth, existence, decline, and disappearance. A watch, as a time-tracking device, unintentionally serves as a constant reminder of life's fleeting nature. When you receive a watch, you may feel as if you are being drawn into the relentless flow of time. For some, this can lead to feelings of being constrained, pressured, or even anxious about keeping up with time. This is why some people who receive a watch as a gift report experiencing unexplained stress or a subtle sense of unease, as if their time is being monitored, yet they have no control over it. Beyond psychological effects, watches hold significant cultural meanings, particularly in Asian traditions. In Chinese culture, for example, gifting a watch can carry an ominous implication. The phrase for giving a watch sounds nearly identical to sending someone off to their end, which refers to a final farewell to the deceased. As a result, many people believe that gifting a watch symbolizes separation or marks the end of a life stage. For elderly recipients, a watch may convey an unintended message that their time is running out. Because of this, receiving a watch in certain circumstances can make people feel uneasy or even anxious about how much time they have left. Moreover, a watch also symbolizes invisible constraints. When you wear a watch, you are constantly reminded of time, your schedule, deadlines, and responsibilities. This can create a sense of pressure, making you feel like there is never enough time to relax or fully enjoy life. For those already under stress from work or personal responsibilities, a watch may unintentionally add to their burden rather than bringing joy and relaxation. Another aspect to consider is the energy a watch carries from its previous owner. A watch is a personal item that stays in close contact with its wearer every day. Over time, it absorbs the thoughts, emotions, and energy of the person who wore it. If the previous owner of the watch experienced stress, anxiety, or regret over lost time, those emotions may still linger in the watch. When you inherit or receive such a watch, you might unconsciously absorb its residual energy, leading to fatigue, pressure, or negative thoughts about time, without even realizing why. So, is a watch, despite its material value, really the right gift for everyone? Not necessarily. A great gift is not just about being beautiful or expensive. It should also be appropriate for the recipient and bring a sense of ease and happiness. While a luxury watch may be elegant and costly, it does not change its fundamental symbolism, a reminder that time is constantly passing, that everything has a beginning and an end, and that nothing lasts forever. This is why a watch may not always be the best gift choice. Therefore, when selecting a gift, think carefully about what you want to give. A watch, although useful and stylish, may not always be the most suitable option. If you are uncertain about giving a watch, take the time to understand its deeper significance before making a decision. Instead of a watch, you might find other gifts that bring true peace, happiness, and positivity to the recipient without making them feel pressured or constrained. Number 1. Cash. Cash is one of the most popular and convenient gifts, often given on birthdays, holidays, and special occasions. It's easy, it's practical, and everyone can use. But from a deeper perspective, especially in the realms of Feng Shui and spirituality, money carries far more than just its material value. It holds energy, the energy of the person who gives it. When you receive cash, it's not merely a gift of money. You're also accepting the invisible, energetic signature of the giver. This energy, whether positive or negative, can affect you in ways that aren't immediately obvious. The state of mind, emotions, and circumstances of the giver influence the energy they pass along. For example, if someone who is financially struggling or emotionally distressed gifts you money, that struggle, stress, or anxiety could unknowingly attach itself to the money. You may begin to notice unusual financial difficulties or a sense of unease surrounding money without an obvious cause. The energy tied to the giver's emotional state may subtly affect your own financial flow, causing setbacks or a sense of instability. But it's not just about emotions. Money can also create an invisible connection between the giver and the receiver. Sometimes, cash is given with an unspoken expectation, a future favor, a return on investment, or a sense of obligation. Even if it wasn't the giver's intention to impose a debt, you may feel subconsciously indebted to them, which can put unnecessary pressure on your relationship. Additionally, when money is given with hidden motives, whether out of manipulation, guilt, or expectation, it can have a lasting impact on the dynamics of your relationship. Feng Shui teaches that money is tied to the flow of wealth and prosperity. If it's given during a time of negative energy like frustration or disappointment, it disrupts the natural flow of positive energy. This can block or delay financial luck, bringing obstacles that can feel inexplicable. Have you ever experienced an unexpected financial setback or felt uneasy after receiving money from someone? It's possible that the energy of the gift played a part in those challenges. So, how can you protect yourself from negative energy in the money you receive? One of the simplest things you can do is to trust your intuition. If you feel uncomfortable or sense that the money carries bad energy, it's essential to take action. One effective method to cleanse the energy is by exposing the cash to natural sunlight. Sunlight is known for its powerful ability to purify and revitalize energy, making it an ideal way to reset the vibrations of the money. Another technique involves sea salt, which has long been used for its cleansing properties. You can place the money near a bowl of sea salt or sprinkle a small amount directly over the bills, allowing the salt to absorb any negative energy. If you're still not at ease with the money, consider giving a portion of it to charity or donating it to someone in need. This doesn't just neutralize the lingering negative energy, it also creates a positive cycle of giving and receiving, promoting goodwill and abundance. Life often surprises us with gifts that seem harmless, but they can carry unseen influences. It's crucial to remember that beyond their material worth, gifts also carry the energy and intentions of the person giving them. When you receive something of significant value, especially money, it's important to be mindful of the hidden energy behind it. Don't let seemingly innocent gifts create stagnation in your life. Instead, transform them into powerful sources of positive energy that can attract prosperity, harmony, and abundance. If you found these insights helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below this video. We always appreciate your thoughts and look forward to sharing more valuable content with you. Wishing you a life filled with gifts that bring prosperity, peace, and good fortune in every step of your journey.